This is Sarvinas with your B2B Cambodia Market update for June 13, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index rose by 1.44 points, or 0.35%, closing at 409.43. Total trade volume was up with 220,250 shares changing hands at a total value of 1.4 billion real, or over $363,000. On the main board, 7 stocks were up. Leading the market today was Grand Twins International, up 3.75% or 300 reals to 8,300 reals per share, followed by Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, up 1.26% or 80 reals to 6,420 reals per share. Other stocks were also up, including Phnom Penh Autonomous Port, Royal Group Phnom Penh SCZ, Sihanoukville Autonomous Port, Akleda Bank, and Pastec Cambodia. Meanwhile, the rest of 2 stocks on the main board stayed flat. Over the growth board, JS Land was up 0.36% or 10 reals to 2,800 reals per share, while DBD Engineering stayed flat. Grand Twins International recorded the highest trade volume of the day, with a single transaction worth over 902.7 million real, executed via negotiated trading method. The company also posted the second highest trade volume of the day under auction trading method, with 22,364 shares changing hands at a total value of 182.5 million real, approximately $45,400. Meanwhile, Akleda Bank led in trade volume on the ATM, with 26,272 shares changing hands at a total value of 181.7 million real, or about $45,200. In other market news, Cambodia's major telecom providers, Cellcard, Smart Axiata, and Medphone have announced the rerouting of their international IP transit routes in response to escalating tensions along Cambodia-Thailand border. The move, officially communicated on June 13, 2025, is part of a broader national push toward digital sovereignty and infrastructure resilience. The rerouting efforts follow Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet's order to strengthen the country's digital independence and reduce reliance on foreign connectivity routes. While necessary, the transition may cause temporary internet disruptions for users across mobile, home, and internet and enterprise services. Moving on to the exchange rate. The Khmer Rial strengthened to 4,010 reals per US dollar, while the US dollar index was down to 98.24. Looking at global commodities, oil prices jumped more than 7% on Friday, trading near multi-month high after Israel launched a wide-scale strike against Iran, sparking Iranian retaliation and rising worries about disrupted oil supplies. Brent crude futures jumped $5.1 or around 7.4% to 74.46 US dollars a barrel, after hitting an intraday high of 78.5 US dollars, the highest since January 27. US West Texas Intermediate crude was up 7.5% at 73.15 US dollars a barrel, after hitting a high of 77.62 US dollars, its highest level since January 21. Gold prices rose to a near 2-month high on Friday, driven by safe haven demand as geopolitical tensions escalated in the Middle East, following Israel's wide-scale strike on Iran. Spot gold was up 1% at 3,417.59 US dollars an ounce, after hitting its highest point since April 22 earlier in the session. Bullion has gained more than 3.2% so far this week. US gold futures gained 1% at 3,438 US dollars. The Middle East was thrust into renewed conflict after Israel launched wide-scale strikes against Iran, saying it's targeted nuclear facilities, ballistic missile factories, and military commanders, and that this was the start of prolonged operations to prevent Tehran from building an atomic weapon. US stock futures fell early Friday after Israel launched an airstrike attack on Iran. At the time of Cambodia's market closing, futures tied to Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 504 points, or 1.70%. S&P 500 dropped roughly 1.25%, while Nasdaq 100 futures lost 1.35%. This was Sarvinas with your B2B Cambodia Market update for June 13, 2025. We wish you all a pleasant weekend.